Veteran Salute, sponsored by DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.
With Rebecca, I'm David, and Wednesday nights are a time for our weekly segment, Veteran Salute. It's our chance to honor heroes from this area and thank them for their service.
Tonight, 27 News reporter Matthew Johnstone introduces us to Vietnam veteran Gerald Appelhans.
What started as service to the country turned into a life-changing injury, shifting Sergeant Gerald Appelhans' perspective on his purpose in the world and the difference he could make for others. For the Appelhans siblings, the military was seen as a way out of poverty.
My oldest brother was in the Army, my next brother was in the Air Force, and then my other brother was in the Navy, and then I was in the Marine Corps.
In weapons and demolitions, Gerald was trained in bazookas, machine guns, flamethrowers, and mortars. Attached to a rifle squad, his day-to-day focused on giving them support wherever the mission took them.
We were a fleet landing team. What our job was wherever there was a hot spot in Vietnam, they would either fly us in or we'd make an amphibious landing and go to that hot spot until the hot spot was cooled, and then they'd fly us back or take us back to ship.
Running those missions, Gerald was put into a life-changing situation.
I was hit with an artillery shell. The fragments of the artillery shell. It actually hit so close to me, the ground opened up and the blast got me before the shrapnel did.
Sent to hospitals across Dong Ha, Vietnam, a Navy ship, and Guam, one thing stood out to the sergeant.
I would go down to what was a physical therapy room, and I would work out. There was a room there, but they didn't have a physical therapist. When I was in Guam, when I started rehabbing, there was a physical therapy department, but no physical therapist.
Gerald thought back to his cross-country trips with the military before arriving in Vietnam.
Going across the mountains down to Ponce, I saw a lot of people, walking along the roads and whatever, and they had twisted arms and, were crippled, and I kept asking, what's the deal? Why are these people like that, And the answer was they didn't have anybody to help them. If they broke something, then that's the way it stayed.
With the thought of all those hurt people making it through without help and his experience with self-recovery, the sergeant knew his service to others wouldn't end alongside his time in the military.
When I came out, the first thing I searched for was, how do you become a physical therapist? The good Lord had a plan for me. And because of that, for the next 41 years, I was a physical therapist.
For a decade and a half, Gerald worked for the Baptist Memorial Hospital out of Memphis until bringing his healing touch to the capital city, working on Stormont Vale for 26 years. Working for you, Matthew Johnstone, 27 News.
Oh, what a great story. And we highlight veterans in our community every week, just like Gerald. So if you know someone we could feature in this segment, please check the Veteran Salute section at KSNT.com.
Plus, sharing their story isn't the only way we honor these heroes, because each week the featured vet receives a gift. Take a look.
The DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers here with our Veteran of the Week, and that's Sergeant Gerald Appelhans, who served our country in the United States Marine Corps. On behalf of all of Kansas, thank you so much for your service.
I want to thank the good Lord for allowing me to be here today, and also for DeVaughn James honoring, and KSNT, honoring all the vets.
Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you.
Veteran Salute, sponsored by DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.